wonder why I do whatever I like. I do. What I like, I do. What I like, I do.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know it's been a minute since I filmed a makeup tutorial, but I'm back, and as y'all can see by that title, as y'all can see by that thumbnail, your girl is going to be doing a watermelon skull inspired makeup look today. I'm super excited for this. I've been wanting to do this look for almost damn near 2 weeks now. I've had it on my list for a good minute, and now I finally get to do it, and I'm super excited on it. Now, just to get straight to the point, because I know y'all want to know who inspired me to want to even do this watermelon skull makeup look. Of course, we're going to start off first with Miss Katie Elizabeth herself. Y'all have seen her a good couple of times here on my channel. She still inspires me so much within almost every new makeup look that she does, but this one right here really put me in the inspiration to want to do this watermelon skull. Now, of course, she did a strawberry skull, and I didn't want to do a complete copycat recreation of the strawberry skull, so I went out of my way to think of a different fruit to do, and I thought, why not do watermelon? I've personally never done a watermelon based type of makeup look before, so I thought, why not, you know, try it for the first time. Just personally how she has the structure of the shading from the temples to the jawline within the mouth, and then how she has basically like a blackened eyes and the nose. I personally want to get the structure of how she did her skull for her strawberry skull makeup look. And then of course there's another artist here who I'm also inspired by when it comes to trying to make this watermelon look as realistic as possible. She did an amazing job. I kept staring at the picture for like minutes on top of minutes because of how good it looked. I'm gonna try my best to make my watermelon skull look as realistic as possible to an actual, you know, watermelon within itself. We'll see how that goes, but she is a part of my inspiration as well when it comes to that. And then there is also another makeup artist who I'm inspired by because of the fact that she created an amazing part within her makeup look. Now, she created a whole inside to the outside skinned watermelon neck and chest piece within a skull concept, and I really was inspired by that. So if I do have some free time on my hands, I just want to create a little small cut opening, and I want to add some of that chest piece and a little bit of the neck into this makeup look to just, you know, give it that extraness. Y'all know how I already do here onto my channel, but if I don't get the chance to, then that's also fine. But if I do have enough time, I definitely want to try and put this into the makeup look because it just looks so freaking awesome. I have to try it. I have to. Period.
Enough to say like period.
Other than that, you guys, that's pretty much the concept of today's video. I even woke up at the crack of dawn to get started on this makeup look because I want everything to turn out the way that I've envisioned it in my head for almost like a week and some change. So I'm like, let's just get this started. Let's get this going. But before we get into this video, why don't you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button, subscribe to your girl's channel, and then why don't you guys also go ahead and hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video here onto my channel. And then why don't you guys also follow your girl on all of her social medias, which is her Instagram and her Twitter. You guys already know what's up with that. But yeah, you guys, I wanted to make this intro short and simple to the point as possible because we need to get into this tutorial, okay? So for not further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. Hey you guys, so as you guys can see, your girl went ahead and blocked those eyebrows off camera and color corrected them. All the products that I don't show throughout this makeup tutorial and that I used off camera will be down in the description box down below for you guys to check those out, and of course along with discount codes. You guys already know what's up with that, okay? So getting into the tutorial, I'm basically mixed some products, y'all, some concoctions. I felt like I did a spell here. But basically I mixed yellow acrylic paint, of like a medium green acrylic paint. I mixed it also with a little bit of leftover green face paint from Halloween, and then I also mixed it with the CoverGirl Clear Skin Milk Foundation, the shade Porcelain, and I'm basically just applying that with my foundation brush. And I was trying to personally apply as much as I can. I did almost about 3 batches of this, low-key, I'm not joking. And then I also learned I was gonna start doing this crisscross method that Major Look on YouTube. She's an amazing face and body paint makeup artist. I love watching her, and I'm subscribed to her channel. So I wanted to start doing this technique because, you know, this is the technique she suggests, so you won't get so many streaks through your application, and I actually really do agree with that. So as y'all can see, your girl basically is taking the Airspun Coty translucent powder in the shade Naturally Neutral, and I'm just taking the powder puff and applying that all over the face and my ears and the quarter of my neck that I also went ahead and covered up a little bit as well. This is a usual every time routine for me when it comes to my creative makeup looks, because I definitely think it's essential, because you don't want anything to mess up or move around once you start applying other products on top of it. So basically I'm taking my big fluffy powder brush and just dusting off any excess powder that did not set into the skin when we applied it with the powder puff. I also think this is an essential step for any makeup look, glam or creative, because you just don't want all that excess powder on there. So basically I'm taking some green eyeshadow. It's more of a dark mint green, but this is just to sketch out how many lines I want for my watermelon. I ended up with 6, which is fine, but I basically just started sketching it from the edges of my head and just kind of took it upwards. I think I brought the lines a little too close to each other once I started going more up towards the top of my head, but this was just like a little sketch just to see how everything was first. So it didn't bother me that much because I knew I had fixed it. So I'm basically just taking that and just packing it on as much as I can, and just really defining the lines. And I think this really helped. I think it really helped with how I wanted my watermelon to be. And of course, I went ahead and basically took some light green eyeshadow first and started applying that within the open areas for my watermelon. Personally, because I wanted my watermelon to be more warmth. You can do your watermelon makeup look depending on what type of color tone you want it to be, because some watermelons are very warm tone. They have a lot of yellow mixed with green within their, you know, shading, and then you have some that are a mixture of more cool tones, so it's like a more light mint green. But you can do whatever you want. So I basically dragged the shadows down all the way, not only down to the quarter of my neck, but I also applied it on my ear. And then once I got all the light green that I possibly could, I started off with some yellow. And I basically just started shading in the yellow as much as possible. I think that also kind of helped bring in the colors that I personally wanted for my watermelon to be. But yeah, I just basically did the same thing that I did for the light green. I shaded in everywhere, and then I also took another brush to kind of dampen down just a little bit, so it won't be too crazy. But I also tried to just dip into the yellow and just really try to blend it as much as possible. And then I also dipped into a little bit of a light green, and then almost like a very, very mint light green to kind of help balance out within the yellow, so it won't be too yellow, if that makes sense. And now we're getting into the shading with the darkened lines for the watermelon, and I'm basically just taking a bunch of dark green eyeshadows, and I'm basically just going in, y'all, and just trying to shade it in as best as possible. I feel like once I started doing this, I started to see the watermelon actually come to life. That's why they always tell y'all to trust the makeup process, okay? Trust the makeup process. Don't give up. But basically, I just mixed all the dark green shadows, and I started adding black to it. And the black, of course, as y'all know, starts to darken the dark green, so you really get that shadow of the type of look that you want. And one thing I love about watermelons is that they're not perfect. You can make them as wide as the lines as wide as you want. You can make it as messy as you want. You don't have to necessarily be all the way onto the line. You can drag it a little bit into the center open areas of the watermelon. It does not have to be perfect, which I loved. So I basically did that same step and routine for almost every single line on the watermelon. And then I also blended a nice medium tone green eyeshadow to kind of blend out some of the edges so it won't look too dark, but at the same time, you know, still blends out with the green. And of course, I did some things off camera, but I wanted to come back and show y'all what I did, just to add some more detail. So basically, I took some dark green and mixed it with some black. And basically, I wanted to make the texture of this watermelon look as most realistic as possible. And so I wanted to add a couple scratches, a couple dots onto the watermelon, just to help give it that realistic feel. Some of the lines and dots I kind of patted it out with my finger just because I wanted it to look a little bit faded, and then some of them I kind of left alone because I want those to look a lot more defined. So it's really up to you and what you want to do personally when it comes to that, but I just thought this was definitely a really good step into making this look as realistic as possible, and I'm glad I did it. And as y'all can see now, I'm basically just touching up the opened areas with more yellow eyeshadow, some light green eyeshadow, and just touching up the darkened spot areas as well. There's nothing wrong with touching up. If you want to touch it up. If you feel like you need more yellow, get more yellow. If you feel like you need a lot more mint green, get more mint green. Now, I wanted to show y'all real quick how I shaded my ear to kind of blend with the watermelon. Basically, I added a lot of light green, yellow, and that light mint green to my ear to give it that highlight. And then for the shading part, I just took a bunch of dark green shadows, and then I also took black and I blended that out too within around the ear just to help give it that look. Now, this is it, y'all. If y'all just want to be a watermelon, y'all could be a watermelon, but for me, we got to keep it going. Okay, this ain't it. But so now basically I'm taking some black eyeshadow. Let me just tell y'all this, okay? I didn't realize how long it was since I did a skull look. So I thought I was gonna go into this just be like, okay, girl, you got this, you know, simple, bop, bop, bop. No, honey, your girl was low-key struggling like a fuck. I was like, wait, what? I need to start doing a lot more skull looks, okay? I told myself that because your girl was struggling. So I went ahead and took a liner pencil and I sketched out the mouth and the teeth within the skull off camera just to help give me that concept balance of what I needed to do. And then I basically taking some CoverGirl black liquid eyeliner, and I'm basically doing the teeth first just to get it out the way, because everybody knows that is the struggle of trying to do a skull look the most is the teeth. So I went ahead and got that out the way, and of course between times I would kind of let the liquid eyeliner dry so it won't mess up as I'm moving my lips around. But I definitely thought it was a very helpful step. And I wanted to add some shadows within the top of my teeth too, so that's what I also went ahead and did. And then once I felt like the teeth looked decent, I went ahead and moved on to the nose. Now, of course, as y'all see, I did one half of the side of the mouth for the skull. Don't pay no mind to that because that will get changed literally in a few more minutes, so don't pay no mind to that. But I'm basically just doing the regular schmegula skull nose. I didn't do it more realistically. I did it more like pumpkin skull nose, and I made it a lot more longer instead of making it more wider, if that makes sense. But I think it was a nice touch to it. And then of course I went ahead and did my eyes. I messed up on my eyes low-key, y'all. I don't know why I made the edges of my skull eyes squared. They're supposed to be round. They're supposed to be have a more circular edge and corners than square. But you know what? It's okay to be a little different. It's okay to be a little bit of a different skull, you know? Who says you can't? You know what I'm saying? Who's the mayor of skulls nowadays? Nobody. Okay, so you can do whatever the hell you want. But as y'all seen, your girl basically just shaded the perimeters of the open mouths. And I wanted to kind of keep it more open instead of completely closing it and making it jet black. I think it was an amazing touch, and I don't regret this decision at all. I think it definitely makes my skull face a lot more different from others. And I also went ahead and kind of created some shadowing within my brow brows, imaginary brows, to kind of give it that somewhat effect of me being like kind of angry, you know, in a way. I think it was a nice little touch as well. And then of course, as y'all see, I shaded around the top teeth and the bottom as well off camera just to speed up time. But now, as y'all seen, your girl's taking some CoverGirl foundation in the shade D70, and now I'm basically just I blended it out with a beauty blender, and I'm basically using the Black Radiance double-ended eyeliner pencil to sketch out this open. I made it kind of small, but it was more of a medium size open slit for this watermelon chest piece, because your girl got the look done pretty early. The face is done and complete, so now we can move on to the second part. As y'all seen, I basically used some concealer to, of course, carve it out, airspun coty translucent powder to set it all together, and I dusted it off with my face powder. Now we're moving on to coloring it. So as y'all can see, your girl took some red eyeshadow to color it, and I basically am taking some more concealer to basically just carve out the parts that I'm going to end up shading out later on. This was kind of okay, but kind of difficult at the same time, I'm being honest with y'all, but I tried my best, and that's all that matters. Okay, that's all that matters. So basically, all I could tell y'all honestly with this is that I just shaded the inside with a bunch of red, and I basically took burgundy eyeshadows, a burgundy face paint, and black eyeshadow to really shade in the edges, to try and make it look as realistic as possible. And then for the inside, I basically shaded with hot pink, fuchsia pink, and then I added a nice little shimmer but matte eyeshadow of light pink on top. I felt like it really helped give that effect within highlighting and shading between the bones, and I think it kind of really helped in a way. It definitely took some time to build up the color because, you know, of course this is on my chest, and sometimes using eyeshadow on the chest can be a little bit of a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But that's why you got to make sure you prime your neck and chest, which I already did, to kind of help when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, I basically went ahead and highlighted the bones, and of course I did all that shading within the inside. I definitely feel like that helped. And then I decided to be a little bit more extra, and so I basically just mixed some white face paint with some red face paint, and I wanted to create this nice white but light pink type of color, and I added that in the center of the bones as well. I think that really gave it that highlighted touch too. That was really well needed, and I actually added a little bit more white on top of that too, because like I said, I just felt like that really helped give it that good effect. And then so shading the outside of it, I'm basically just taking the CoverGirl Reverence eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking those two dark eyeshadows in the palette, and I'm basically just taking a small precise brush and just blending out the edges while dusting off the excess powder, which I had to do a lot with this chest piece, but I do that with almost every chest piece. But yeah, I basically just shaded the perimeter of the open cut area. And then last but not least, your girl's taking some black paint, and I'm just creating some watermelon seeds. You can place them on top of the bones, you can place them on the inside, within all like the red areas and stuff. And then of course you can put some anywhere you want to be honest, and you can do as many as you want. I just try to make mine look as visible as possible, so I added a good amount. And then last but not least, I'm going to set the face with the Pop Beauty Makeup Magnet Mist Setting Spray, and fan the face away. And as y'all can see, your girl got the watermelon stem put on top of the head. I just added some special effects glue to glue it down. Boom, bada boop, period, end of story. But this is pretty much it to the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys followed along as much as you could to this tutorial. But yeah, you guys.
Okay, you guys, and this is the finished look. I'm super happy and proud of myself. It's been a minute since I've done a skull makeup look, so it was a challenge for sure, because I don't do it too often, nor do I do this too often either. So this definitely was a new thing for me. Of course, I tried my best. That's all that matters. But I love how this looks overall, personally. I'm a little iffy about the stem though, low key. I mean, I was trying to be precise on like the watermelon fruit or whatever. You know, there's nothing wrong with being different.
Period.
But overall, like I said in the tutorial, hope you guys followed along as best as you possibly could to what the I was doing within the face and the chest piece that I decided to want to do. But if you guys like this makeup look, if you guys liked how this turned out as much as I did, then why don't you guys go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up, and then comment down below any other makeup look suggestions that you guys would like for me to do here onto my channel. And then why don't you guys also go ahead and hit that subscribe button, subscribe to your girl's channel, and then why don't you guys also go ahead and hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video here like this, like, you feels me, here onto my channel as well. You guys, I got this done so freaking early, it makes no sense. Super duper proud of myself, and I just cannot wait for you guys to see so many other makeup looks that I am coming out with. I just want to thank you guys so much for being so supportive within my makeup looks and makeup tutorials. You guys are just honestly truly the best, and you guys motivate me to keep going. You guys are definitely part of the positive vibes that uplifts my spirit whenever I'm down, or whenever I feel a little discouraged, or just, you know, in general, just to end up making my day. You guys do that, so I really do appreciate that very, very much. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys like this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, okay? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.